and introduce themselves. Anyone? Perhaps we can start from, so the one I see, RLC. Yes, Lam here. Would you like to go?
Okay, yes. You hear me?
Yes.
My name is Islam. I'm from Turkmenistan. I'm a student of University of Oil and Gas of Yaxşehirli Kakaev. I'm a member of team RLC, and the program that we are working on is Clean Tech. We are working on problems that are connected with ride sharing. We are very happy to take part in this good startup, and we wish all of you a good luck.
Thank you very much, Islam. And thank you for introducing yourself and your team. And who wants to go next? Don't be shy. We want to make this an inclusive and safe space for you to introduce yourself. So just unmute yourself.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
I would like to introduce myself. My name is Dinara. I work in Renaissance team. We are working on a project. We are from Kazakhstan, from the Astana IT University, and we are working on a program that creates roads in the shorter way. Our program creates unique ways for businesses and for other programs to use less energy for going somewhere that is useful for our environment, also that is cost effective for businesses and so on.
Thank you, Dinara.
I wish you good luck.
Go ahead.
I wish you good luck for this program, and we are really appreciate for the participating in this program.
Thank you, Dinara, and thank you for being the first girl to talk here. And we of course encourage more girls to introduce yourself to us. And let's have Merdan, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Merdan Atamadov. I am from Turkmenistan. I study at International Oil and Gas University named after Yaxşehirli Kakaev. I am too happy to attend this challenge. I wish everyone good luck. Thank you.
Good. Thank you very much, Merdan. And who wants to go next?
I can go next. My name is Numan Sahi. I am from Pakistan. I'm studying mechanical engineering in International Islamic University, Islamabad. The category that we have chosen is clean tech. And we are proposing a new face mask, which is derived from nanotechnology such as graphene. And this will enable the passengers to be assured that they are completely safe in public transport. As you know, due to COVID-19, people are unwilling to use public transport. So we are improving the ride-sharing experience through giving them a mask, which can even filter out the viruses such as COVID-19. So this is our main idea.
Thank you very much, Numan.
Thank you.
And welcome to the meeting and welcome to the competition. The next. Can we have Team Gunesh?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Klas Kerimov. We are studying at Yaxşehirli Kakaev, named International Oil and Gas University. And we are from Turkmenistan. Happy to see you all here. And we take health tech to participate in this startup generator. So good luck, everyone.
Thank you, Yelas. Can we have Yunxin?
Hi, I'm a sophomore student from Shanghai. My name is Zhao Yingxin, and I'm from Shanghai, China. So I'm also the team leader of our team, Glean, a group whose study direction is online and offline interactive fitness. I'm very glad to participate in this competition with you guys. I hope we can cheer together.
Thank you, Yunxin. Nice meeting you. And who wants to go next? Can we have Rustam from Gunesh team as well?
Hello, everybody. My name is Rustam. We are making health tech care, online fitness to improve it and make it online. It's not easy for everyone, and good luck, everyone. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you. And Anano, would you like to go? Anano from USSAT. Or perhaps who wants to go next? Of course, we want to have more people, but only if you want to.
Can I?
Sure.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, guys. My name is Adat Orad Gildiv. I'm also from International Oil and Gas University of Turkmenistan, named after Yashi Kakaev. My team is Anamlite Clip, and we are working on mobility, how to make remote work more effective. And actually, we also have some ideas, and actually, we want to we are addressed to do this remote works more effective and more popular in our area, on our region in Central Asia. And good luck to everyone. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you. Do we have more? We are also running kind of out of time, and we want to, of course, deliver the training, but we want to have, whoever wants to introduce yourself, please raise your hand and go ahead. So let's do 1 more minute of this before we continue. Oh yeah, sure. Ananda saying he wants to introduce himself in the chat. We also encourage everyone to do that if you are not feeling comfortable having your camera on. Anyone wants to introduce yourself? Maybe Ramonali or Ishmael?
Hello guys. My name is Nurmurat Ahmedov from Turkmenistan. I study at International Oil and Gas University, named after Yashi Kakaev. I am at Anamna Tech Lead team. Our category mobility tech. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Thanks. That's all. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, and nice meeting you. Namirat, right? I hope I
Yeah.
pronounced your name correctly. All right, perfect. Thank you so much, everyone who have managed to introduce yourself and speak to us. If the rest of you still want to introduce yourself, please go ahead and introduce yourself on the chat. And I would like to continue with our session. Just 1 minute.
You guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
This is my friend Shah, and I am Hamid, who studied at International University of Tourism of Tajikistan, and we work on mobility tech, and we work also in project about virtual tour around the world, basically around the Central Asia, and we're really so happy participate to generate to this project, and good luck for everyone, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I will now, we can see that we're having a very diverse cohort of the participants. It's great to see that we have so many students from everywhere around the region. So I want to quickly talk about our progress. As you are aware, we're now in week 4, almost end of week 4 of the competition, and we have like 3 more weeks to go before we do our pitching on the demo day. And I want to share with you the statistic of the teams. This white number is the number of teams, and this black number is the number of students that is there at the beginning of each week. So at the beginning of this competition, we had 168 teams that represent 580 students. Weekly by weekly, we eliminate some teams based on the task submission as well as the quality of the task. So at the moment, by this week, at the beginning of this week, we still have 59 teams remaining, and that's 35% of the participation. The rest, this red numbers that you can see is the estimation of upcoming weeks. So as you're aware, we are selecting 4 winning teams for this competition. And so week by week, we expect that, of course, we expect every team to submit their task and to meet certain requirements. But of course, we also have to shortlist teams that will be able to proceed to the demo day. So we're expecting 10 teams to proceed to demo day to make the final presentation to the judges. And out of there, we select 4 teams. So, yep, so this is the statistics. And I want to just tell you that, as you see, we have only a few teams, 50-something teams remaining. So if you're still here, I want to tell you that you're already winning because you've made it so far, and I'm really proud of you. The competition is not easy, we know that. Yeah, but if you are able to see every challenge as an opportunity, as a learning experience, you will always be winning in every occasion. So yeah, I also want to update you a brief update on the timeline. We have also updated this on the webpage under timeline and task tab, so you can see it from there. And I just want to give you a brief look on this. This is basically what you will see on the webpage. Now, because of time, I don't want to spend too much time on this because you can see it from the webpage with more details. So this will be the week 5, week 6, and week 7 tasks. Please take a look on the page and be mentally prepared for all these upcoming tasks and events. So on the 29th of March will be our demo day. And this is the selection criteria we have repeated so many times: innovativeness, technology, market, your presentation skills, your team coordination. And we will be organizing an awarding ceremony on the 12th of April, tentatively. So this is also a date that we want you to keep in mind. This is to remind you of the upcoming awards and benefits. So don't forget that we have this prize that is waiting for you. So please keep the good work, keep your commitment, and keep learning with us, with your team. Okay, so you probably want to know how to win. And this is the purpose of today's session. We want to invite Mr. Irakli Kashabas, who is the content and task designer of this challenge. So all this task that you're doing was actually developed by him. So Mr. Irakli is a very experienced leader in innovation and entrepreneurship. He is also the founder and CEO of Future Lab, which is a digital transformation and innovation consulting management company. He is also a very experienced trainer on critical thinking development. And so, yeah, he has a lot of experience in this field, and we are very great to have Mr. Irakli to share with us his experience and his knowledge in this field. I should stop sharing now, and Irakli, now the floor is yours.
Thank you, Shuchi, and I'm very glad to see you all here, and it's a great opportunity for all of you because you are decided to participate in this. It's not a competition; it's more the tool which we designed for the to improve your skills, to help you to become more competitive, to become more ready for the challenges which you have when you start working on a real startup. But now we all are in a training mode. We are exercising like in any sport or in any kind of preparation for the big challenges. And let me share the presentation and I will start.
Next station, Shanghai.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think we should please mute your microphones. Someone. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I would like to have the more the interactive session. And again, that's why we designed this competition and why we designed this project by itself. Because I will have several examples about this, but before I would like to ask you, do you know these companies which are on this slide? Who knows these companies or who is using these companies' projects?
Actually, my team using Netflix and Google and Apple a lot. And I guess I understood this slides that these companies owns no product, but they still provide good service.
Yeah, and all these companies change the people's life. And imagine that the Uber, it's like the I think in Kazakhstan there is InDriver, also Yandex Taxi, and in other countries it's the competitors of the Uber. We all of us are using Netflix, Facebook, and other platforms, Airbnb. But imagine all the process before that this project started, and how many things the founders done before the project became successful. Yes, imagine all these how many hours, how many works they done, and how many decisions they made finally to become the billion-dollar companies. And it's all about the decisions. It's all about the knowledge and all about the information and skills which they might they had or they developed during the creation and development of their startup. But let's us also analyze what is the main challenges for the startups. If we could look to this graphic, that's why startups fail. We could see that one of the main challenges for the startups is no market need. The startups are making the solutions which nobody needs, which nobody wants to use, and it's not the products or services important for the users. Yeah, we could see other elements that one of these is run out of the cash. Again, poor product, poor marketing, and etc. But how to make more clear understanding that's why my product it's not good, why I have poor marketing, and why my company is not going well, and it's all about the topic which we're going to discuss today. And once again, why we are doing this project. This is a global startup ecosystem ranking. It's a ranking of the places which is the best place for developing of a startup. And one of the component of this ecosystem building blocks is a startup experience. It means that as big as the experience of startup founders, the ecosystem and startup place or city or country is working much more better. But you can get the experience by reading the books. You can get the experience by watching some YouTube videos or some podcast, listening to podcasts. Of course, you should participate in such kind of projects and make with your teams some interesting processes, decisions, and finally develop innovative solution and present it on the demo day. Once again, it's not a competition about the prizes. It's a very big input into your life, because this experience gives your ability to not experience the failing. Then you will start using the real people's money, and to start activities in the real life. Here's stages of development of startups. On all the stages, we are making decisions. We are solving the problems. We are analyzing a lot of information, and all these elements. It's going every minute. Yeah, then you are working with your team. Then you are getting information from your customers. Then you are analyzing marketing data and etc. That's why the topic is very crucial for you. It's very important for you. But it's not only about mechanical tools. It's also about your abilities of the brain. And the brain has very interesting ability. And first of all, it's about that everyone could become the genius. Everyone could become the founder of the startup, which I've showed you before. Everyone of you could become the founder of Netflix, of Google, Uber, and Airbnb. And why? There was an interesting assumption by the scientists that you can become the genius. It's only only several years once they're coming the genius, and they are genius from the young ages, and born like a genius. But Laszlo Polgar decided to present to the world the new theory that any child could become a genius if he will be trained in a specialized subjects. And for this purpose, he made the announcement that he is looking the wife to have kids, and finally they will transform these kids to the genius. And he found a very beautiful, nice person from Ukraine, and they become the family and had the free kids, free girls. And they started training the girls the chess, and finally these three girls became one of the most and one of the famous chess player in the world, in whole history. By this experiment, Polgar once again proved that everyone could become genius if, of course, they're training themselves, they're trying to become better, and they're getting right information, knowledge, and working on themselves. And why it's going? Because people's brain is neuroplastic. What does it mean? That it means that our brain has the ability to change itself in any age, and to become more and more bigger. Yeah, it's a reality. It's becoming bigger in a mass. It's becoming it have more synapses, and it has a more ability to make better decisions and make better products, become more creative or more critical thinker. But it all depends on the training. You can't change your brain only by theoretical lectures, and that's why we providing this service also for the universities, because unfortunately still the theoretical lectures is the main tools for the universities to provide training to the students. Yeah, but before we will move to our main topic on information analysis and on the critical thinking, I'd like to speak with you about the mental model. The mental model is very interesting structure of our brain, and it means that all of you has their own understanding of the world. Even kids has their own understanding on the world, and then you are saying to them that the world is like a ball. Yeah, well, world is round. It's and they imagine it's like a plate, not like it's a ball. Yeah, and there's a very interesting, funny story about the fish and the frog, and there was a friend in a childhood, and when the frog became the bigger, he started discovering the world, but unfortunately fish don't have such kind of ability, and the fish is asking to his friend the frog how the world looks like, and frog is describing how the world looks like, that there was cows, there was birds, there was other things, but unfortunately fish is imagining all these parts of the world in a type of fishes, but like cows, like birds, and etc. It's a structure how we imagine our world based on our understandings, based on our previous knowledge and previous mental abilities. And the same is going with a startup. Yeah, that's how we would like to provide you some comparison with this story with the product development. For example, the team members of your team could see, based on the mental models, the things differently. And that's why then you are describing some feature or some presenting some ideas, that all of them are understanding it differently. Yeah, as we presented you before, based on their previous knowledge and understandings. That's why it's important during the product development or during working on idea or even working on marketing strategy or other processes, for example, hiring the people, have understanding that all of you and all of the people who is coming to you as a potential your team member or customer, it's looks like differently. And again and again, we need to discover more information. We need to analyze more deeply. What does it mean? Or we need to adjust a better strategy, better target audience, and more better understood the technical elements of these projects to make final decision. Yeah, and please take it into the consideration. It means that all the people are different, and that's why then you are distributing the information. There is a lot of videos about the process. The one person it's telling another person, and another person, this person is telling to another person this information, how it's changing from people to people. It's not only about the memory. It's not about the memory at all. It's all about this mental understanding of a person. Based on the mental model of people, they're changing the information, how they understood this information, and not because they have bad memory. Yeah. And finally, why the startup needs the critical thinking? Why a startup needs information analysis skills? Yeah. Critical thinking is a cognitive skill. It's a brain skill, and again, it's a skills like the old sportsmen has or piano players. Yeah, it's a cognitive skills. That means that it's like a muscle, and if you are developing the muscle in your brain, you are becoming more and more like you have more and more abilities to make all these things. For example, critical thinking helps you to evaluate available information, analyze different options, make informed decisions, and positively impact to the business. Yeah. And then you are comparing yourself with Airbnb founder or Netflix founders. They have the training every day, and they have a training of their muscles for critical thinking every day during the decision-making process. And how you could compete with them? Yeah, if you don't have trained muscle, only by participating in such kind of practical activities, and it's one of the chance for you. But let's move of a structure of critical thinking, how it looks like. Yeah, the critical thinking, it's not that you are criticizing someone. Yeah, the critical thinking is a process which includes different elements, and then you are analyzing information, making decisions, working on the problem solving. You should take into the consideration all these stages. Yeah. For example, critical thinking has these 8 stages, and all these stages has the different structure, or how are you thinking and moving during all the stages. And you permanently should train them, and also we will provide the techniques how you could train this skill ability. Yeah, for example, for analyzing information, it's always better than, and you should learn to break down complex information into the smaller part. And finally, examine each part in details. You should move to the next stage and evaluate this information at its ability to assess the credibility and accuracy of information, arguments, and claims. Yeah. It means that then we started information analysis. We should move to the evaluation process. The next stage is inference, the ability to draw logical conclusion based on this available evidence. And of course, we should have the ability to understand and explain the meaning of information. It means the interpretation. The ability to provide clear and concise explanation of complex concepts and ideas, it's explanation. We need also self-regulation, the ability to monitor and evaluate one's own thinking and make adjustments. That's why it's important that teamwork, collaboration, then you have a lot of sessions, then you are collaborating with each other. And during all these sessions, you should self-regulate your process. And the same was with assessment tools. I think you remember that we provided the self-assessment tools. Then you are also training your mindset, training your brain, and it helps you in a self-regulation. And of course, you need to have the open mindedness and the willingness to consider multiple perspectives and viewpoints. I think you had a lot of situations that the people are not changing their mindset. They're not changing the point of view, and it's not good. You should work on this. You should work with your team members, because finally it will create a problem during the critical thinking, because you always should change your mindset, and always this process will help you to find better solution. Yeah, and of course, reflection, the ability to reflect on one's thinking and learning, and identify areas to improvement. We'd like to provide you examples. Yeah, we'd like to provide you examples of the process and how the startups could use this process during the everyday life. For example, how you are evaluating business opportunities, and of course, the critical thinking is the skills during this process. Yeah, and what are you doing now? You are analyzing the market. You are assessing the competitors. You are evaluating the financial feasibility of the potential business idea before deciding to pursue it. Yeah, we understood that you are just working on an innovative solution. You are not developing project, but ideally you should do all these stages. Then you are moved to the next big thing in your life, the development of a real startup. And of course, in everyday the process, you should evaluate the business opportunities based on the structure that I explained. Also, the critical thinking helps you in the problem solving, and again, it's a muscle. Then you are training your muscle. You are becoming more and more better problem solver. For example, the founder might need to quickly assess why a product launch is not generating expected sales, or analyze customer feedback to understand why product is not meeting expectation. And development of critical thinking helps you in particular system. Yeah, from problem solving, we are going to the decision making. We are evaluating information. We are like comparison processes, and finally, we are making the decision that maximizes the potential for our success. We need critical thinking to the risk assessment, and there is a potential risk for your solution. What kind of risks it might have from regulatory perspectives, from the legal perspectives, from the perspectives of financial elements, and etc. For example, you are working on on the green decisions, yeah, or green solution, or clean tech, or etc. Yeah, and of course strategic thinking. Yeah, you permanently should analyze market trends, identify opportunities, and develop plan to enable a business to achieve long-term goals. And finally, it's everything that helps you in innovation, because innovation it's the process. Then you know the good solutions, you analyze a lot of competitors, you analyze market opportunities, and finally your brain is creating the innovative solution based on all these assumptions. The critical thinking is very important part of the innovation. Of course, there is also we are also using creativity. It's other the cognitive ability of the people to synthesize the things. But if you will not be able to analyze information, will not use critical thinking, you will never prepare the innovative solution for the world. Yeah, let's move to the to the information analysis skills, and we are providing you also the theoretical understandings, because first of all you should imagine how complex is the system. Yeah, but before maybe you imagine that information analysis, it's like you are using internet, you are making some research, but it's not. It's finally we could see that it's a very complex process, and all its elements needs like specific training and the system for development. Now let's move to the information analysis skills, and why you need the information analysis skills, because we have access to a lot of resources, and we should collect this information and conduct research, collecting data, and review relevant documents or sources. And we should evaluate this information quickly. We should organize and analyze this information, and it means that we should use graphs, some other tools, and finally interpret the information. And you also should communicate your findings and make the conclusion clearly and effective. There are conclusions. But once again, all these skills you could develop. We have questions here. We could see that all the skills are based on a practice, and it's like training yourself in a swimming. You can't learn swimming theoretically. I think all of you know. That's why you should make the practice of mentioned elements, and the collaboration process. Working on a startup is one of the best tools. One of the techniques which might help you not only in the development of critical thinking, in development of information analysis skills, but orally in the process of development of innovative solution, is the imagination. There was done a very interesting research, and it shows that, for example, piano player for sportsmen before big competition, the skills, they're doing a lot of imaginary trainings by themselves in the brain, and this imaginary trainings looks like that they see the process of outcome. For example, you could use these techniques by working on your innovative solution. Of course, we will send you this presentation and you will have a chance to read it in more details, but this techniques is very important. And based on the research, there was a conclusions that it's in reality developing your brain structure. For example, you could use these techniques and finally, not for 100%, but maybe for 30%, 25%, improving your efficiency in finally in presenting more better results. You could use these techniques for preparing for the demo day, but before you should use these techniques for the preparing of information analysis, making the decisions, and preparing the innovative solutions. Yeah, and there is a different scenarios. You could read it more carefully and deeply to use it in your daily life. Yeah. It's practice problem-solving scenarios during through imagination. It's a role-play customer interaction. You also, some of the people has a fear to speak with potential customers, and before you will start it, you could also train yourself by imagination and by training it. Yeah, but of course, after you should move to the practical process, it's the best training for your cognitive skills. And of course, for the practical implementation and information analysis, of course, use Google. It's a very important tool. It's a hard tool. Also, for information analysis, I would like to share several resources which will help you a lot. And please use these resources on a daily basis, because then you are making the comparison of the companies. I think the Crunchbase is one of the best tools for this. You could find a lot of information from this resource about the startups which already created and about the solution which you are going to present the world. And if you think that you have an innovative solution, please check with all these resources. Please check, maybe there already exists the startup or company with such kind of solution, but don't take it into the consideration. It means that you are on the right way. And finally, you should make the improvement of this concept by making the right assumptions and solutions. Please also use the Angel Call. Use CB Insight. It's a very good analytical tool. Mattermark and Euler. And of course, start using OpenAI. I think you already started using the ChatGPT. It's a great tool. Yeah, I see your smiles on faces. And it's a very efficient tool for information analysis. But what is important during the using the ChatGPT? It's the great source of information. It's a great source of information analysis, but at the same time, you should learn how to ask the right questions. And that's why, again, your cognitive skills is important during the working with AI by itself. And we have a small case study, but I think we were out of time. Maybe you could do it by yourself, or we will sometimes we will have ability to make it in during other sessions. But once again, I would like to speak about main elements which I've discussed today. Please take into the consideration that the brain is neuroplastic. All of you could become the founder of Facebook, founder of Netflix, or next ChatGPT, but you should train yourself. You should train yourself because the brain is neuroplastic. You should take into the consideration when you are working with your team, the mental model of your team members, because all of you are different. And it means that it doesn't mean that, oh, he has less knowledge on, yeah, maybe the person has less information, but this person could train himself or herself. But it's also the difference in the mental models, and that's why we are encouraging and supporting the multinational teams to work with people with different mental models, because people from Pakistan and Kazakhstan and Georgia has absolutely different mentalities, and helping you in a development of right solutions and startups in the future. Yeah. Please also take into the consideration that critical thinking is not criticizing other people. It's ability which consists a lot of stages, and then you are analyzing information and making critical decisions and using critical thinking. Please make all these steps and use these steps and analyze information, make decisions based on these elements of critical thinking. And finally, for the information analysis, use these techniques. It's very important, and also use the right tools, use imagination, use practice, and of course, efficiently start using the tools which already exist. Start using ChatGPT to make your life better. Thank you very much. It was nice to meet you all. I wish you all the best. It's a great feeling that I have chance to speak with you. I'm ready to answer your questions. Hope that was not so complicated, because it's a very new topic. But again, we are speaking about all these things. It's helping you also to develop your understandings, change your mental model, and become more and more efficient in your way for the prizes and winning. But it's not about the winning the prize. It's not about money. It's all about your future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Irakli. I have really enjoyed the training, and my main takeaway from your presentation is that it's not just about the skills or the tools that we use to achieve something. It's actually the mindset that determine how far you can go. So yeah, I don't know how you guys feel, but that's my key takeaway. And I am also a strong believer in my mindset, manifesting to make things happen, because I always believe that it's your belief. Then if you believe in something, it will happen. Yeah. So I hope this mindset would also stay with you in not just this competition, but also in your study, in your future career, and in your life. So yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to speak up or put the question in the chat box.
Yes, thank you. It's a really helpful presentation, Irakli. It's the best presentation I have seen in my life for analyze something, and it's really helpful. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very glad that it was helpful.
Do we have any comments or questions?
A lot of bright eyes and a lot of potential, and yeah, please take it into the consideration. It's all about, and I also started my journey as a startup founder or government official or owner of a consulting company. It's all about the training, mindset, and it's all about all of you could become very, very successful person, and it doesn't depend on a place of your birth. Then you are living where you are living, what is your current amount of the money on a account, etc. They could achieve everything. Thank you very much, and thanks for organizing.
Before we close.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
please,
sure.
please.
Yeah, apologies for the last question. I just wanted to ask, what would you recommend for a new startup, for them to develop a product or to launch a service? Like for my team, we are trying to develop a product such as the face mask, but we can also go to develop a system which can tell them about the air quality in the public systems. So what would you recommend is more, I'll say successful, which will be more successful in the industry, a product or a service?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in any case, you should analyze the process by quick testing of your solutions with real customers. That's why I gather more information, analyze more information, analyze trends, see what is a future, might be the future trends. Now, what is the structure of this market is going, and based on this assumption, make also practical testing of your product. Yeah, I think we will do some kind of early stage acceleration program maybe in the future, because now you are working more on innovative solutions, not real products. It's great that you are on your way to the startup, and maybe we'll add such kind of companies because we see a big demand on this. But it's all depends on information analysis and practical implementation. Start from small testing of your product, but it might be not the testing of a real product. You could make the visualization of all these things and test. It means that CAREC LTV
test the idea.
analysis. Yeah. It means that you should analyze customer acquisition cost divided to lifetime value. Yeah, and you could find, I now write it to you, CAREC LTV parameters in a chat. And based on these parameters, you could decide which market might be interesting for your product, or is it interesting for customers at all.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, let's take a group photo before we end the session.
Yeah,
I don't know if Zeus is here, or if not, I can do it. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, would you like to have your camera on and put on the biggest smile on your face? And we can take a quick group photo. Zeus, are you here? Okay, I will do it. So taking a photo in 3, 2, 1, cheese. All right. I think I managed. Yeah, so for those who have to go, please feel free to leave. I will stay for 5 more minutes. If any of you still have questions or want to ask something, I'll be here for another 5 minutes.
Thank you, guys. Wish you success. Bye. Bye, Shuki.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Please, yeah, I did send a feedback survey in the chat box. So please fill the survey form. We would like to learn how you feel about the session and where we can improve. Just give me a moment. I'm still trying to save the photo that I just take. Okay. Right. I think Dinara just messaged me that you have some questions, right?
Yes, of course. Our team faced a problem during the first week task. So my teammate Dinosa cannot send the last file because for internet in her country, can we send this file to continue participating?
Actually, for week 1 task, it's okay because we have already assessed week 1 task and we have already proceeded. So by end of this Sunday, you will just have to make sure you submit all the work from week 2 to week 4 and make sure the task was submitted, your submission is relevant to the guiding question, and of course the quality of your task is also very important because on Monday morning we'll process to the next step, which means you can no longer edit any of your previous tasks. We'll move on to week 5.
Okay, so now we can edit and continue participating, right?
Yeah, you can still edit your task of week 2 to week 4.
I mean, we have the problem with week 1.
No, you don't have to edit it because we won't be able to see it anymore. So just forget about week 1 and move on.
Okay, so it doesn't matter, right?
No, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you actually redo the week 1 task, you can submit it. You can submit to any of the box. You can submit in week 2 or week 3 or week 4. But most probably we won't be able to review it because we want to review only. Actually, we review your submission every week. So now we'll be reviewing your week 4 tasks already.
Okay. I got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any questions? Yeah.
Yes, I have, Shuki. I wanted to ask, we submitted all the tasks till week 4, yeah. And should we pass it, or can we be eliminated by the week 3 or week 2's submissions?
So that's a very good question. We want to make sure that you submit all the tasks. So this is the first criteria. You have to make sure you submit all the tasks. If, for example, you submit week 4 tasks, but week 2 and week 3 you did not submit, then you will not be able to proceed.
But we submitted, but we don't know. We passively to that. I want to say that we submitted week 2 and week 3. And
yeah, if you are
right?
still in the challenge, if you still receive message, email from me, that means you're still in the competition. Because if you're not, we will send you an email saying that sorry, you were eliminated and you will not be able to continue. So
okay,
yeah, you're still in the challenge, and I really like the work that your team has done. So please keep the good work.
Okay,
by the way, which app do you use, or which website do you use to do your work?
Do you really interested?
Yeah, of course. So please share it with me. I think it will help with other teams as well. I mean, also my work.
Okay, but you won't believe if I say.
What?
Because we are doing that via Adobe Illustrator. We have one good graphic designer in our team.
Oh,
so
that's why
we are designing it. Yeah, we are designing it from via Adobe Illustrator. So it's not a ready platform. That's why.
Okay. Right. I think there's definitely a learning curve to create something beautiful in every task. But yeah, we're done.
So we should only focus on week 4 tasks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
And please, thank you. Please check the updated timeline and task. It's already available on the webpage.
Sure. Thank you.
Any other questions? I'm still promoting my feedback survey, so please take time to complete it. And thank you for staying with me. I'll stay for 1 more minute. If no one have any questions, then we'll close the meeting. Feel free to leave the meeting if you don't have any question. Thank you so much for attending the meeting, and I hope all our training and all the sessions are helpful.
Thank you.
Yes, thank
very
you.
much.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Diana. Thank you. Bye-bye.